This is Steve Schiffman. I want to thank you very much for joining me today on what I know is going to be a very successful for you webinar podcast that's going to give you insight into selling. Now, if you're a manager, what I want to do is give you some thoughts about how to help your representatives be better. If you're a salesperson, I want you to learn something today you can take away that you can actually use. Important concept. I have on my desk, and you've seen this before, a drill, or a screwdriver drill. And I keep it out here, and I actually got, somebody wrote me an email, why do you have a drill on your desk? Who has that? Who would have a drill on their desk? Well, I have a drill on my desk because it reminds me of something. It reminds me of when I bought this thing at Home Depot. I didn't want a drill. I had absolutely no interest in getting a drill. That was not my objective. My objective was putting this screw thing from here, screwing it in. That's what I wanted to do. And I just couldn't do it by hand. I needed a drill or a thing, whatever you want to call this, Black & Decker thing. So this really represents what I wanted to accomplish, not what I needed at that point. I wanted to get this hole or get this nail or get this screw in to the wood, and I couldn't do it without this. So I had to buy it. But what is the point of that? Why am I telling you that? I'm telling you because most people follow their habits that they have all the time. They just do the same thing the same way. In other words, when I needed to drill that hole, I did what everybody else does. I went out and bought a drill. I didn't want to do that. There had to be a better way, but I ended up buying a drill. I now have this drill. I think I used it twice because it doesn't really work in heavy wood. So I used it twice. I got another one, this heavy thing. But the point that I want to make to you is that people follow habits. They do the same thing like everybody else. In other words, when you want a car, where do you go? You go to a car dealership. You go look around the cars. You do the same process. Now, here's the interesting thing. When I bought this thing, right, I bought it, I did what? What do you think I did? I told somebody about it. I told a friend of mine, I said, hey, Tom, listen, I got this drill thing. Does this really work? And he said, oh, yeah, oh, that's pretty good, but you might want to get a different drill too, but this won't be heavy enough for you. And he told me that. See, I didn't really make the decision. I went into Home Depot and bought the thing I could get that was light enough for me, but really it wasn't the right thing. So who did I ask? I asked other people. See, we don't consider that in sales. There are usually 12 people that we go to asking them what they think. You go, what do you think? What do you think? What do you think? And your decision maker, whoever that person is doing the same thing. They're going to other people and saying, what do you think about this? What do you think about this? Should we move here? Should we do this? Should we buy this? See, nobody makes decisions by themselves. Nobody, absolutely nobody. I can guarantee it. I don't care who the person is. Who the person is, they always go to somebody else. Now we call that the power of 12. There are at least 12 other people that people, decision makers, so to speak, go to. They go to. They talk to 12 other people, different ways. You know, it might just be walking down the hall and saying, hey, what do you think of this plan? They might be doing that, or they might just call up somebody and say, hey, listen, I got this guy, what do you think? I needed a new accountant, so I called up somebody else and what do you think about somebody? Oh, yeah, good. See, I didn't make the decision. He made the decision. And you have to consider that. You as a salesperson need to think about every single person that could possibly be in that circle of making the decision. It's a circle of making decisions. And it's power of 12. So if you don't know really what the company does, and you don't know who makes the decision, then the odds are you're not going to get the positive answer you want. Now you might, but I doubt it, because everybody goes to somebody else. You know that HR has become a very big player. Years ago, it didn't matter, but HR has become a very big player. Almost everything that's done today goes through HR somehow, because politically correct, we need to do that. So even that becomes important. Even that's a change. The way we treat people, the way we speak to people, the way we address the group become different. So we have to know that. So you as a salesperson, you as a manager, need to think differently about your approach to groups and to people. You just can't assume anything anymore. Anyway, this is Steve Schiffman. If you need help, reach out. Just send me an email. I'd like to talk to you. 20 minutes free. Talk to you about what you want to do, what you're doing now, how you're doing it, how's your business. You know, I deal with about 15, 20 people a week. Be glad to talk to you. And you can find me through the internet. You can find me in Facebook. You can find me in LinkedIn. You can find me in Google. Pick up one of my books. Anyway, Steve Schiffman, I want to thank you very much for joining me. I appreciate that. And as always, your attendance humbles me.